House prices are falling. That's according to figures from the Nationwide Building Society. They say nationally they're down 0.1% in the last quarter. In Swindon, though, they've dropped a full 2% in just 3 months. Christian Slade is an estate agent from Cricklade's CBSlade Property Group. Good morning, Christian.
Good morning, Graham.
2% in 3 months. That's a big drop. Are estate agents going to stop talking up house prices now?
I wouldn't think so. I wouldn't expect to see that anytime soon. It is a bigger drop than we would have expected to see, given the activity that we've had over the past 3 months. But it's a snapshot. It's from one lender. It's a figure. It's not a huge figure over the grand scheme of things. And I think the national average is of a 0.1% drop. It's probably 0.2% drop. It's probably.
So you can tell you're an estate agent straight away. A drop of 0.2 instantly becomes 0.1.
So yeah, I think it is a bigger drop than we would have expected to see. But I don't think it's necessarily the overall figure. It just represents mortgages with the Nationwide that completed during that 3 month time.
Are you going to drop asking prices?
It's not up to us to drop asking prices. A lot of our vendors have got an expectation of what they want to see. Our job is to advise them, to guide them as best we can. And I think we've had a really good couple of months, and a lot of those have been where people have revised their asking prices, made them slightly more realistic than maybe they were when they first came on the market, and those are the people that are selling.
You've had a good couple of months, but houses are staying on the market for longer. That proves that they're overpriced, doesn't it?
I think what's happened is the asking prices kept going up when the sales prices stayed constant. So the gap grew, if you like, and people's prices were on for a little bit too much. Agents, we're competitive. We want to have all the properties on the market, and a surefire way to get instructions is to put them on for slightly more, which is something we would never do, but something which we do see happening throughout the town, throughout the villages locally. And it's hard to get around that issue. People have, as I say, they have that expectation. And our job, I guess, is to manage that to a certain extent and to get the best price for the seller, to get the best price for our client.
If prices keep falling, will you put your commissions up?
It's not something I've given much thought to at the moment. I think, we have a business that works. We charge a set commission, which is very competitive. And it works as we are at the moment for the volume of business that we're doing. I don't know what would happen. I think that we will see more estate agents closing over time. I think we'll see more estate agents coming up over time. It's that sort of industry where we do have that natural turnover.
With prices falling, this would be a bad time to buy, wouldn't it?
I think it's a great time to buy.
How about that? An estate agent has told me that it's a great time. There's never been a better time to buy.
I think, I was looking last night at the Nationwide House Price Index, the long term, and, we are below what they think the real growth is. We were above it in 2006, 2007. We're now below it. So house prices will be more in 10 years than they are now. So why isn't now a good time to buy?
It's still a long-term investment, though, isn't it, real estate?
I think that's right, and I think that's where people went wrong in the mid-2000s, was it was seen as quite a short-term investment. Get in, tart it up, get out again, and that's not what houses are. People forgot that a house. I mean, I've got a family, and for me, a house is somewhere to keep my family. It's somewhere for them to feel comfortable. My house is not an investment. My house is somewhere to live. It's more emotional than that.
So you should nest rather than invest.
I've not heard that phrase before, but I think it's a bit of both. I think you can invest, but you've got to invest wisely. You've got to invest in a property that's going to have a decent rental return and is going to give you long-term growth. I think the people that are in it to rent it out for a year, hope to make a big yield each month and then sell it at a profit, they're probably in the wrong market, and we deal with a good firm of financial advisors that could give them some short-term investment advice instead. But if you're looking medium to long-term, it's something that I would invest in. And I think you just need to see a good agent with a good rental department as well, like us, so that we can advise you on what's going to be a good long-term strategy for you.
OK, well, I need some advice this morning. I need you to decode estate agent speak.
No problem.
Later this morning, I'll give you these phrases that you often see with homes advertised and things that estate agents and what they really mean. Maybe you can do some decoding for me.
I'll certainly have a go for you.
Now, I'll warn you, I've done some research and done some decoding of my own, and we'll match our definitions.
No problem.
All right, that's coming up later this morning with Christian Slade, estate agent from Cricklade, CBSlade Property Group on Swindon's BBC Wiltshire.
Leastones.